Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's Tuesday, the 24th of April. We're 4 minutes to 10 o'clock. Again, we're late. We were late last night. We're late tonight. And what to tell you? Some days are going to be late days. We had to apologize for that. If you could share the video, it'd be much appreciated. Let the others know we're here. Welcome, welcome, one and all, Trinidad and Tobago and all of our international Facebook Trini Pussies all around the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry about all the late shows we're doing this week. This is really a brutal time. We have so much going on. And you know what we've been observing? And I had to come and report to you because you need to know. Today I saw a couple things. I saw a couple things. Besides the fact that the PNM and the UNC have woken up and they're trying to sound more leader-like, more PEP-like. They're trying to put aside the bacchanal and the bullshit and the noise aside and start to talk policies and programs. They're missing the mark hard. They're swinging wide. And I'll tell you why. They're not accustomed playing on this crease. But stick a pin in that. Today, the UNC get the wake-up call of their lives. Today, on Buzz Alert, a UNC frontline page. Buzz Alert, bleeded yellow, all the Kool-Aid you want, posted Kamala's foolishness, celebrating her offer to pay you $500 to send your children to school. And 95% of the people rejected it out of her. 95% of everybody who commented on that thread brutalized the UNC and said, this is what you're coming with? 2018, when we're talking real plans, programs, policies, and ideas to develop the nation and take us into the 22nd century, you come in with book grant and school grant bullshit? Miss us with that. They brutalized them this morning and the UNC missed that. The UNC missed that at all. They see that. That is called a swing and a miss. When the entire country stoops, that's a swing and a miss. Kamala, you are misreading the tea leaves. The Progressive Empowerment Party is not as popular as we are because people just want something different. They want something with sense. When they heard a real education policy, Trinidadians, teachers, parents, students, children started to talk. That is what we need to do. Educators have been saying that PEP policy will give every child in the country a chance at a proper education. No more 20%. No more 10 schools, prestige schools, and the rest also ran. No more 9,000 children coming out of school, 19,000 children coming out of school functionally illiterate at the end of the year. The PEP's policy is simple. We're going to rebuild the family and rebuild the community. And in the heart of the community, we're going to put the schools. The schools are going to be the heart of the community so that the parents and the teachers and the children could grow together. And if you're going to grow together, don't yank them apart when they're 10 and 11 years old. Let them grow and knit themselves together into a functional community. Children who meet at 5 and still friends in school at 15, friends for life. And if they're living in one community, friends forever. And you just built a solid foundation in one generation for the rest of the nation. That's what we're talking about. Zone schools, 10-year schools, abolish the SCA, assign every child a national grade point average to be measured every term by education supervisors, not their teachers. So that at the end of the term, you can tabulate all of the performances of all of the children and all of the classes and all of the schools and all of the teachers with one exam. With one exam and one national grade point average, you can tell which schools, which constituencies have the best performing schools, and which schools have the best performing classrooms, and which classrooms have the best performing children. You will be able to see that just by measured numbers, and numbers don't lie. And it is time now for our people to ignore the rantings of Clarence Rambarat, who is the new Stuart Young, because Stuart Young, as a propaganda machine, is a spent force. So now they have to truck out Clarence Rambarat. And Clarence's first comment was that we are a developing nation. 56 years, $3 trillion dollars spent. The only pitch lake of that size and nature in the world. The only nylon pool in the world. One of the largest coral reefs in the world. The oldest first world forest in the world. Trinidad and Tobago, where one of the first oil wells was sunk in the world. For a long time, the largest oil refinery in the world. The third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere. The first wealthiest in the Caribbean, South and Latin America. This country still developing. Clarence Rambarat, miss us with your bullshit, brother. This is not a developing nation. This is a stunted and abused and victimized nation. PNM and UNC madness. But we're done with that. There is a change in the wind. You could hear it. You could hear it beating like that drum David Rudder talked about in the song.
Calypso, Calypso, Calypso music, yeah, Calypso.
Tell them,
Calypso,
unite the people, one people under one flag, and let's change this game. Unite them. Give all the people. Dance yourself into them voting booths. I'm telling you, it is a country awoke, a people set on fire with hope. Now they see that there is a chance for all of we. The game change. The game change. People seeing that your children and my children together could grow and help each other go forward together. One people. Growing together under one flag. Come on, man. That was always the solution. It's like when jackass Faris Al-Rawi said, the Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister always knew that securing the borders was the solution to crime. He said that a year and a half ago. And since then, none of those three jackasses have stuck even a stick into the ground to secure the nation's borders. Bullshit and bullshit and more bullshit from that bungling band of bullshit artists, that clown car, that full circus troupe, the people's national misdirection. This country has been led so far astray by its own government. I am telling you, if we had a proper police force, they'd arrest all 41 in the parliament. This is not governance. This is victimization and advantage. What is going on in the cabinet is a crime. Trinidad and Tobago need to wake up and forget the bullshit distractors, Enchan Ishmael find himself a new fake profile again. A new fake profile. But fellas like Enchan and Fitzgerald Hines, you could smell them when they talk. You know them. And create a whole new page. The entire page is to attack Philip Alexander and the PEP. The page is about a month old now. And only 16 people on the page. And I swear to you, 10 of the 16 is Enchan Ishmael fake profiles. They swing in and they miss in. They can't come near the ball. It coming down, it breaking left, it breaking right. They swing in and they missing. It taking stump after stump. It breaking stump. It losing wicket. It taking them ducking, bobbing, weaving, fighting, trying. They can't catch themselves. Kamala gone to tell the people I'm gonna pay you. Send your children to school. Forget the fact that they're coming out of there with shit for brains. I'll give you $500 a child. And you wonder. You see, Camelot still think that poor people still stupid. That poor people still only want money for Du Maurier and Carib and a nip and a flask. Somebody just sent me, so ironic, the minister responsible for agriculture destroying crops in St. Joseph in favor of housing. That's where we reach. That's where we reach. Where the Environmental Management Authority has to be sued at the Privy Council. You see why we could never, hear me? When they ask you, don't direct that question to Mr. Alexander. He's answered it perpetually. You see why we could never have a Caribbean Court of Justice ever? Because it is too easy to corrupt our people. And there is not one single sitting anything in this country that I would trust as the final court of appeal for our people. Because it is too easy to corrupt Trinidadians. Understand. The Privy Council is what kept us floating and alive. Were it not for them, this ship sank long time ago. Having the Privy Council, having somebody to go and tell. I never forget now. Facebook has broken my heart many times. Many times, things have come down the news feed that have broken my heart. But one day, I read this story about this little boy in Syria, war-torn Syria, who he get caught up in an explosion and all of his organs damaged, and he's dying. And his last words is, I'm going to tell God what you're doing here. And that just break my heart. Little boy, must be 6 or 7, 5. He said, I'm going to tell God. In his little mind, he had to believe. Somebody had to know. This can't be real. In Trinidad and Tobago, you have nobody to turn to. God bless the lords of the Privy Council. And when they come to you with the bullshit and they tell you that the Privy Council don't want we matters, they lying to you. And when they come and they tell you that the Privy Council charging we money and we can't afford it, they're lying to you, because the cost of justice far exceeds the cost of malpractice. Do not get caught up in the bullshit and the rhetoric and the wannabe. If there's one place you ever want wannabe, is the Caribbean Court of Justice. Tell them Philip Edward Alexander said so. We don't want that. We don't need that. At this point, until things change, until we mature and develop as a nation and a people, we could never handle that. If 1 from 10 left north in 1960, it's worse today. We like a Caribbean of crabs. Every time we get together, it's to bullshit one another. Rowley went to use the Dominica hurricane victims to his own advantage, because they must be figure out a way they could have thief charity money. But that didn't bounce his way. So now when they went back to when they called for Dominica to have their loan payments waived, the only country that said no was the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like now. Our foreign policy is inconsistent. And that stands to reason in a nation when nobody in the parliament seems to know what they're doing. The Attorney General has embarrassed us on the international stage once again. We are a signatory to the United Nations, and we just kick out of the country certified asylum seekers. Tell me again, where we going with that bunch? What do they have to do? Does the PNM have to burn this country down for you all to realize their true intentions? Do you really think that what is going on in Palmis, Gulfview, Valsayn, Goodwood Park, St. Clair and Fairways is as a result of hard work and everybody doing their part and pulling? The fact that our people are so poorly done by in this country and left to suffer. There is no other political organization of any kind talking to you about the value of the money in your pocket, how to protect you from the vagaries of the financial sector and the gouging of the banking sector. We are. The Progressive Empowerment Party is breaking it down for you and getting you to understand that the cost of your labor picking a mango in Trinidad and the cost of your labor picking a mango in Canada must be the same. And if it is not, somebody has to explain why. Break it down to what is our #1 export, oil and gas. That should put us at the top tier nation, but it doesn't. We led the world, was second only to Russia for methanol and urea. Natural gas, oil, pitch. We could have been running the world on tourism. None of that mattered to the crooks and the bandits that set this nation up to fail. The value of our currency, the value of our labor, those two things do not match. And what is going on is you find yourself at the bottom rung of the earning world with money that worth less than toilet paper, and then everything that you have to buy, whether local or imported, more expensive here than anywhere else in the world. And they have some little 2x4 economists that go in and come and tell you market forces. Tell them Philip say, kiss his half-red ass. That is not market forces. That's bullshitnomics. What we need to do in this country is right-size our people first. Identify what is a basic line and under which nobody must fall. And if that requires housing for all and jobs for all and affordable food, then that becomes the government's work. Don't give me your bullshit about free market economics. Nonsense. The government has a responsibility to look after the well-being of all the citizens. And that should be every government's mantra, that the well-being of the citizenry, the well-being of every single person in this country, the well-being of the black man sitting down on the corner of George Cabral and Western Main Road eating rice out of a box he finds in a dustbin is the function, purpose, and reason of government. And if they can't understand that and they don't know how to fire themselves, you have a responsibility to fire them. And that is the truth. That is the God's honest truth. Carve it in marble. Hang it on the parliament door. The well-being of each and every citizen is the function and purpose of all ye who enter here. And if you do not understand it, turn around and exit. The country has been badly done by, led astray by fools and charlatans masquerading as leaders. We've never had a government in this country that did anything of substance for anybody. We supposed to have a massively diversified economy. Like Saudi Arabia and Dubai could tell you, they don't care if oil reach $1. They've put aside money. Holland came to the oil game late and they have 60 times the Heritage and Stabilization Fund we have. How might that be so? And with all of that, Holland is still a pioneer and a leader in water and wind energy technology. How might that be so? And in our country, we are dumbing down our people to the point where they can argue against their own salvation. You could imagine seeing a man cut open on a surgery bed, about to have his heart transplanted, holding the doctor's hand. Telling him, I ain't trust the heart, you know. I don't think that heart will do a good job. I prefer to keep this heart that I have, even though it go and kill me. I'm dead for a heart that I know. That is the kind of bullshit people talking outside there. That is the kind of nonsense. I don't care what Rowley doing, man. How you fixing that? The Progressive Empowerment Party is proud to know that more than 50% of the country has never been that foolish. And it is to that 50% we first appeal. To the 50% who've never been PNM until they're dead or UNC till they're dead. You see the other 50% that get caught up in the bullshit? We gotta come at them a different way. But you see that first 50%? The conscious individuals who say, you know what? You see that nonsense? I have no time with that. We coming to you first. We have no time with the zealots. We have no time with the noisemakers and the muckrakers. We are here to deal with the people who want a better nation. The rest of them, we will carry them forward, kicking and screaming into the promised land. No problem. Let them cuss me while the boats run on time. Let them cuss me while national transport systems take them everywhere they need to go on time and at very fair cost. Let them cuss me while they're qualifying for houses they could have never get before. Let them cuss me while jobs running begging behind them. Let them cuss me while they could afford food and get change in their pocket. Let them cuss me when they walk in the health center. Good day, sir. Good day, ma'am. How can we be of service? Let them cuss me when the children come out of school. Look, mommy. Look, papi. 6 A's, 7 A's. Let them cuss me. I don't mind. We're here to fix a nation, not to make friends. For every Fitzgerald Hines and Inchant Ishmael this country has produced, it's produced people of stellar value and incredible quality that have gone the world over and flown the red, white, and black to our benefit and filled us with pride. We don't need to measure ourselves by empty, braggadocious blowhards like Inchant Ishmael and Fitzgerald Hines when we have had people who have put this country on the map. Somebody told me today, list, and he said it arrogantly, list some things in the world that Trinidad is responsible for that the nation can't live without. I said, we invented the television and we found the cure for rabies. Most of you don't know that the television set was invented in Santa Cruz in Trinidad and Tobago, and the cure for rabies was isolated here. The first deep oil well was sunk in Trinidad and Tobago. Oil refining was taken to its highest levels here first. Trinidad and Tobago. We've done things, invented things, made things. We've elevated consciousness. We've created international conversations. We've set the stage for the entire Caribbean to get independence. Trinidad and Tobago. This little blessed paradise on earth. The only thing that is wrong with Trinidad and Tobago, as David Rudder say, how we vote. It's not how we party. That have to fix. You must be able to hug up, love up, squeeze up, and kiss up in the voting booth the same way as do in the party, the same way as do in the gym, the same way as do linemen in the street. They can't separate we. Don't let them segregate we. If we could join together as one people under one flag, we done win already. And they're afraid that. They're afraid the fact that all of a sudden there's an organization not beholding to any one percentile of any shade, hue, class, or kind. That there is a group of people that are willing to stand up and stand firm in defense of their country, to say to everybody that red, white, and black deserves respect, and we will give it the respect that it deserves. That as one people, one nation, we could stand together and fix every single problem that plagues and ails this blessed land. We could do it together. They panic, you know. $500 I will pay you to send your child to school. What next comes? What next coming down the pipeline comes? Free manicure and pedicure. What next? Free perm. We will get a perm coming back in style. Weave and perm. We will have a national perm and weave subsidization in Kamala. And that's the kind of bullshit policies you want to fool people, distract them, and thief their vote. And that's what you're doing, Kamala. Be honest now. Be honest. Because they put you in government before and you waste everybody time. Like Pandey. Waste everybody time. Because you and Pandey come out of the sugar belt. You and Pandey come out of agriculture. You and Pandey had every right opportunity to right-size and redevelop Caroni lands into the food basket of the Caribbean, but you didn't. You didn't put people back to work digging hole and planting plants. You know why? Because you and Pandey, like the PNM, were content to take donations from the food importers benefiting from the $5 billion a year import bill. Starving Trinidadians. People tiptoeing to reach price to pay for food for the children, when you know we could have grown that same food here for a fraction of the price. You, Kamala, you Bastille Pandey, you stinking dirty Keith Rowley, and your new mouthpiece, Clarence Rambarat, you're the Minister of Agriculture. Besides planting the hedge in front of Balize House, what have you done since you've been given that title? Tell me now, tell me. People, won't have to extra north on the end.
So I tag on the compass, now they take it to hell.
And look where we reach, well.
Well, here a madman born. As he stood up on the wall, he said,
This is it, I've been hit.
no time to give up, brother,
No time to quit.
Chant of a madman. It was taken from a straight line. The chant of the madman is beyond his salvation.
Walk around Tobago and see what Tobagonians have become. Walk around Tobago. Tobagonians own land they can't get a deed for. But men going over there and finding new deed and new lease in their name that 20 years old on bright, new and fresh paper. Go and see what Tobagonians have to deal with. Go and see what they send that THA to do them. And the THA has not accounted for the money that they've gotten from the budget for over 12 years. I think it is more like 15 now. And that is a crime. Fraudulent conversion. You need to go over there with the police service and lock up every secretary who was responsible for the financial management of Tobago. But we're not doing that because they're doing the work. And Milsheriff. Go and find out what Milsheriff and the Rahal family do in Tobago. Go and find out that. And you'll go and party and pose with them and posture with them and clink glass with them and say, well, what's wrong with Philip, boy? Calling up people's name in the place. If all they ain't do it right, what reason you have to demand respect? This is a country where every single family that has money have questions to answer. I ain't talking about people who make it normal, you know. I'm talking about the top of the hill. Them who 2 little store become 200. In a year, in a 5 years, where that come from? Who is minding the store? Who is protecting the country? Who is keeping us free from that kind of banditry that destroyed the economy? You've allowed dirty money to cheapen the value of everybody else's currency. That's where we reach. Who is to deal with that? Who is to deal with that? Ask them tonight. Write them. Pick your MP. Pick your minister. Pick any one of them. What is your policy? What is your party's plans to develop this nation and how long? Because when Patrick Manning wrote Vision 2020 in 2005, he was laughing at you. He said, well, you can't count. Well, you can't count. So Rowley, in 2015, gave them Vision 2030 to take it where Manning went and go further. 15 more years of bullshit. What in any of their policies led you to believe that they had a plan, a clue, or an idea how to develop this nation? What would it take to develop Trinidad and Tobago, to develop nation status? A massive economy, GNP and GDP, that matches the performance and output of the best and the brightest among us. We should have had a massively diversified economy. We could have been world leaders in agriculture, tourism, shipping, marine industry. This little country, besides downstream from the Pitch Lake, because that's ours. We're supposed to have downstream industries from Pitch, but we don't. Somebody else does. And we're going to have to get in government to find out who sold the Pitch Lake and to who. Because right now, Pitch Lake, which is our property, not mining our people. Who is mining? It must be the budget that the man from Whitehall read. Cause all of them inside are there like this suck and crazy seed. That kind of head couldn't come from weed.
This is not a bet in here, this is
Venice in the airport.
This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a chupidi begging for mercy.
This is not a bet in here, this is called Massy Stores put out a big thing to get PR that they're going to charge people 50 cents a bag to discourage plastic use. And on the surface of it, when CNC3, TV6 and Loop put it out, it sounded rational, reasonable, sensible, and worthy of a round of applause. Massy Stores cares for the environment, hot on the heels of Earth Day. To announce such a marvelous announcement should be reason for a round of applause. But when you go into Massy Stores and you walk up and down the aisles and you realize that 99% of everything in Massy Stores is packed in plastic, has plastic caps, plastic labels, come in plastic cases, you realize that this is bullshit. That is a PR stunt. That it is a way to charge people an extra 50 cents because you know trainees are walking with no reusable bag. So they want to say, well, they catch me. Every single body in the line. Somebody in Massy Stores like Kiss Baking Company find a way to trick you, to use good thing for bad intention. Like how Kiss call them little stunting sufferers on the side of the road entrepreneurs and have them killing themselves, breathing carbon monoxide to hustle a bag of Kiss Hops. Massy Stores realize that the only way to get you to pay more money for this bullshit service we offer is to charge you for the bag and blame you for it. So I ask today, Massy, if I bring my reusable bag and you pack 90% of the things in that bag, all packaged in plastic, where's the environmental consciousness there? Where is it? Massy, who are you fooling with this PR stunt? And I am putting you on notice. No, I am not telling you which branch. And I am not telling you which day. But I am going to walk up and down the aisles of a Massy store and do a live video for the country to see, holding a Massy plastic bag in my hand. And you know what is ironic and disgusting and deceitful and devious of Massy? That the bags they already sell are already biodegradable and break down in less than a year. They fall apart in less than a year as they are designed to do. This is not about the environment. This is Massy trying a PR stunt to make themselves look environmentally conscious while robbing you 50 cents a bag. And Trinidad and Tobagonians, I want to suggest that we come out in our numbers and support Massy and this plastic initiative by refusing to buy anything from Massy that comes in plastic or styrofoam. So pass the entire fruits and vegetable section straight, pass the bakery straight, pass the deli straight, and pass all the other aisles straight, because everything comes in plastic. So you save us a biodegradable bag and fool us for a stunt and then charge us for the pleasure. Brilliant move, Massy. Brilliant move. It is like how Quelo and Kiss have poor people clamoring for the chance to put themselves in danger, risk to emphysema, asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, trying to sell all your fly spray bread. It is time that this country saw the machinations and the shenanigans of all of these mocking pretenders, see through it for what it is. At some point, we will find out why B-Mobile and TSTT had to close down all those stores and inconvenience all of their customers. But we don't have an open market. You don't have access to an international market. You can't plug and play. You can't buy your minutes in bulk. It's B-Mobile or Digicel, and two of them operating on the same kind of set prices. So if you leave one and you go to the other, it's the same jam, different color. We don't have a free, open and fair market, but we can. You could have a competitive market where banks and cable companies and phone companies compete for your business. You can. That day can come. We could make it easy for Trinidadians to access the same foreign exchange that Sabga and Massy and Southern Sales and the rest of them accessing to import cars and import your own. Go up on the international website and buy it direct from Toyota. Buy it direct from Nissan and ship it in yourself. And see if you get a better quality vehicle for half the price. Pay the same duties, but less the gouging from the 1%. Because this is what continues to disgust me with corporate Trinidad and Tobago, their total and complete irresponsibility. The fact that they don't understand that every single raindrop contributes to the flood. And if we worked together, we could build a better nation. And I am very willing to work with anybody. Kurt Leung say at least it's a start. That is why Stokely Carmichael said on a stage when the United Nations called him up in New York City to give him an award, and he said into the microphone, when you stuck that knife into my back 12 inches and you pulled it back out 6, what you expected me to say? Thank you. No, Kurt Leung Poi. It is not a good start. It is a bullshit PR stunt, and we have a responsibility to call Massey out. You know why? Because Massey is a massive corporate citizen, and they have the power and the potential to do right if they really wanted. Massey could have encouraged all of their suppliers to go green, go biodegradable, stop using styrofoam and plastic for your fruits and vegetables, sell your bread wrapped in paper, sell your bread to people. People buy bread in France with nothing at all. They take it in their hands. Not everything needs to be wrapped in plastic. So don't come and tell me that charging the customers 50 cents for the plastic bag is Massey giving us a good start. Waste of friggin' time. Don't do me that. Don't piss on my back and tell me there's rain falling. Be honest with me. Even if you're going and rub me and tell me you're rubbing me. Don't pretend that somehow this is holy water you're blessing me with when you know it comes from the gutter. Back on point. It is time to put aside the dividers. It is time to put on blinkers. It is time to stand together as one people under one flag for a better nation. We are one vote away from the $5 billion being spent on healthcare every year, delivering first world professional healthcare to all of our people. One vote away. We are one vote away from the $5 billion spent on miseducation of our people to give us a proper education sector that leaves not one single child behind. Zone the schools, 10-year schools, abolish SEA, and give each child a GPA so the collective children's performance will reflect on the teacher and all of the classes will reflect on the principal. We are one vote away from all the idle land growing food, avocados, soursop, guava, citrus, banana, cocoa. We are one vote away from leading the world in honey production. We are one vote away from being a first world nation. We are one vote away from developing a housing policy that leaves nobody behind. We are one vote away from an economy so diversified that you have the choice of jobs. We are one vote away from evening classes in every single school. It takes all of the people who want a chance of a better life and gives it to them for free. We are one vote away from turning our jails into universities that takes the people who run afoul of the law and make them better for it. We are one vote away from decriminalizing marijuana and using it to be sold to the medicinal industry. We are one vote away from Trinidad and Tobago, from making Trinidad and Tobago the pleasure marine craft capital of the world, the Western world. We are one vote away from getting involved in shipping on such a massive scale that the Panama Canal becomes our partner in business going forward for the next 100 years. We are one vote away from multiples of marinas, private sector, government, joint venture partnerships that brings all of the international cruise lines to Tobago and puts 1 million tourists feet on the ground and puts government money to work in partnership with even the smallest businessman to build a proper tourism sector in Tobago and dominate the tourism industry in the world. We are one vote away from the better nation that we always knew that we were supposed to be. We are one vote away from ending tribalism, racism, ethnic tension in this country. We are one vote away from making Trinidad and Tobago the sporting capital of the Caribbean and South America. We are one vote away from giving our artists and craftspeople real hope, real opportunity, tradespeople certified. We are one vote away from making all of the things that we have as our knowledge skill set into a bank that we could use and sell to others. We could take everything that is naturally Trinidad and give it to the world, and we are one vote away from all of that. You know what is the biggest thing we are one vote away from? never having to deal with the PNM and the UNC again. Each of us have one vote, and that one vote has all the power, and we are one vote away from a better Trinidad and Tobago. And if that is what we want, if that is what we want for ourselves and our children, it is time to use our vote properly, collectively, as one people under one flag. Somebody tell me they're saving their 50 cents. They're going high-low from the Massy stores from tomorrow. They're walking with true value bags. I bet you they bounce up resistance at the door. I love my Trinidadians for that. They have an answer for every problem. Somebody else just shared with me. And I am going to get our graphics team to use that now to build us banners and t-shirts. Satish and the rest of the graphics team, I want us to take this that was just sent by Gavin Bernard Franco. We are one vote away from something to believe in. Let us get that all over Facebook. We are one vote away from something to believe in. I love that.
If it is that who you're voting, baby, on about. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the movement to be your pull them out. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change come about. Just that's how you vote them in.
Vote them out.
Register and vote them out. If they can see, vote them out.
Stay your finger and
Vote them out.
rescue the country.
Vote them out. Vote them out. A total call and after this day, let's put our country together again. Vote them out of power.
Terminate the rain.
Let's put our country together again.
Sarah Kalipasad shared. British Airways cancels flight scheduled to bring PM home. A CNC3 ad that she shared, and her response was, keep him. And I stopped laughing here. They could keep him. The truth of our condition is inherent in everything we touch, everywhere we look. Forget the old talk. Forget looking to find a problem for every solution. Face reality. Nothing works in Trinidad and Tobago. There isn't a single public office holder of any rank, purpose, or kind that you could turn to and point at and say, look, that person gets my respect. They do their job without fear or favor, malice or ill will. By their existence, we all rise. Not a single one.
If for 30 years you voting them in, and they don't retest as soon as they win, they give you big words
And enslave your soul, promising your roads.
and giving buckles. If they are the reason why the economy goes down,
When you're voting,
vote them out, vote them out.
if it is the tax laws that them alone can flout. When you're voting,
Vote them out.
vote them out.
If it is the building I saw,
East, west, north, and south. Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, the entire team, the Orange Army, your family, the new dispensation, a better nation, manifest in one organization, will be meeting at 19 Stanmore Avenue. Our doors are wide open to the public. Everybody, Trinidad and Tobagonian who want a better nation, we call you out in your numbers. Come out and be a part of that conversation this Saturday at noon. Ignore the noisemakers, the bacchanalists and old talkers. Them don't have a solution to nothing, but they want to come and find the only group of people working this hard to save the country. Ignore them. Ignore them completely. They will find themselves on the ash heap of history. We're going forward together, one people under one flag. This Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Bring the whole family. You don't want to miss this one.
If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is a frustration, that's make you want to shout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. Before they misuse out, cheap bucks are out and leaks out. Mr. Vote them in, vote them out. Register and
Vote them out.
all of them.
Vote them out.
Take no finger and
Vote them out.
them on the system.
Vote them out.
Put them out in Scarborough.
And in La Rose.
Let's put our country together again. Put them out in Kamuga and in La Rose. Let's put our country together again.
A nation in a continuous state of arrested development, stunted and damaged by its government. Bertrand Lewis asking, where is Stanmore Avenue? Stanmore Avenue is in Port of Spain, down from the Savannah, between Cipriani Boulevard and Victoria Avenue. Once you know where TGI Fridays or Mario's or 51 Degrees is, you should be able to find it. We are very close to, believe it or not, Beacon Insurance and Balize House. This Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, we take the conversation to another level. We call it Level Up for a reason. We are changing the game. We are educating, informing, and empowering the people with massive, massive, game-changing, progressive ideas. Come and challenge us. Come and have a conversation. Bring your skill set and expertise. This is the only political party since its formation and existence has had a political meeting almost every single week open to the public. This is the only political party since its inception, since it was formed, has had live videos, multiples of persons doing live videos. I myself have done thousands of hours of live videos, and all of them dedicated not to Bacchanal and Movelang. All of our videos dedicated to a better nation, to informing, educating, and empowering. Come and be a part of this. Come and immerse yourselves in real politics. Come and see why we say the well-being of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago is the function, purpose, and reason for government. Come and help us make that a reality. Come and be a part of the rising tide that will lift all boats. One people under one flag.
People must come first. Citizens by right. But none of we are worse.
Yellow, black, or white. Food, shelter, and clothes. Free movement and speech. A garden that grows. And one love for each.
If it is that injustice is
What
what
they always show. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is that greediness is all they seem to know. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is their politics, it's just a puppy show. When election day come, all bandit must go. Empty the house. Heat and Kamala and the entire bandit brigade. Fire them. One flag, join up together, make ourselves the most powerful force for change in the history of this country. One people under one flag. Here every creed and race find an equal place. This is Trinidad and Tobago, and it is time we lived up to our full potential. Let us remember what we were born to be. Look around and you will see God's intention. Don't let the mismanagement of man isolate us and degrade us and keep us stunted forever. We now have something to believe in. Get together, join us, come on board, wherever you are in the world. If what you want is a better Trinidad and Tobago, dig deep and help us. We need your assistance. Financially, we need to now take our show on the media road. We want to rebroadcast all of our meetings live for those who can't make it. We want to put it on national television, and we need your help for that. Dilwood Braffett and Ali G are out there, and they could assist in anybody who would like to help. We need studio lights that we can move with us when we go in, so that all of this is for you. For all the shows that we do, for all the live videos, all of this is for you, for our public meetings and for Frontline and the 411 and the other shows that come in. We're doing a news desk, and we have Pep Radio. We're working on that. We need some lights, some studio lights, some portable plug-and-play lights. Anybody in the industry who would like to help us contribute towards it, or to just sponsor and send it, we would appreciate it. peptrinbago@gmail.com. That's the principal email address. If you want to contact us, peptrinbago@gmail.com. peptt.com, peptt.com. That's our website. Use it. It's yours. Pep app, PEP-APP. That's the Pep app. It's available for download free on all of the app stores. 347-4PEP. That's the PEP hotline. Feel free to use it. If none of those things stick with you and you don't remember, you need to contact the party, message me and I'll put you in touch with whoever you need to be in touch with. Shari Wilson is the party organizer. She has responsibility for mobilization and constituency build-out. She has put out a call for people who are interested in being part of the development of their constituency for the PEP. We are building caretaker teams on the ground to identify potential candidates now and get them working within the constituency. Ali G handles the overseas chapters of the PEP. If you are anywhere in the world and like to be involved, just reach out to Ali G and she will put you on to who you need to be in touch with in Florida, Toronto, New York, UK, or she will help you set up wherever else you are. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. This Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, come out in your thousands. And if you come in, feel free to bring things to share. You don't have to. Whatever we have becomes fishes and loaves, and it shares and it multiplies for everybody. But if you come in and you would like to bring things to share, we welcome everybody. Yes, so on that note, until we speak again, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.